Alright, hi, I'm Dave, this is Dave Splains, and this is version 3 of this video. So, the deal is this. I keep making these videos, I keep making these things run on. I'm really kind of killing, one, the time of these videos, and two, my free time. While I'm making these videos, and you're not liking and subscribing them, these videos are just wastes of my time. So don't forget to like and subscribe. But further than that, this is version 3 of this video, and I still don't know what I'm even talking about. So let me break it down for you. All right. What I really want to talk about is the possibility of different lighting for these videos. Now, obviously, with this lighting, and even maybe this lighting, which is slightly brighter, and maybe even this lighting, sorry, hold on, there we go. Maybe even this lighting, you can see a lot more of what I'm doing. The problem, though, is that if I turn all of these off, and then I turn this on, classic YouTube theory says that this is more captivating. But at the same time, maybe you want a little bit of mood lighting. Is this captivating? Like and subscribe if it is. I also see that my autofocus is kind of fluctuating, trying to keep track of me because of the low light situation. Now, I could switch this up a bit, maybe change some settings and get just slightly better video, but at the same time, once again, now you can't see what's in there at all. I mean, I can lift this up and show you, hey, there's a bean in there. There's actually two. There's one back here that's getting ready to pop out. I cannot believe that some of these beans, like this bean right here, give me a second, which one's the tall one? Here we go. This one will work. This is a Great Northern bean. It has a pretty thick stem. It's called Great Northern Bean. It's great. And yet, it is dramatically smaller than this kidney bean, which looks like it's going to have humongous leaves whenever this outer bean thing goes away. So whenever somebody says you grow like a beanstalk, I'm going to tell you something. This bean here, this bean plant that's just now growing its true leaves, is about 5 inches tall. I started germinating this in paper towel, I think 6 days ago. So, if that's going to give you some reference. If you really want to get a reference for some of those things, grow the plant, find out. Holy cow. Now, while this lighting is kind of nice, I will admit a frosted white light, it would be better than this like sepia tone light, the warm white, as like a key light. But we are where we are. I do have another one of these lights that doesn't have color that would work great, but I don't know where it is because my children like using them as flashlights because it's like, oh, it's a light cube. Now, here's this plant. Tell me now, is this better? Is this better? Because now you can actually see it. You can actually see that the leaves are kind of like folded into each other. So that's where I'm just kind of stuck on this, okay? The YouTube algorithm says that you'll watch it more like this. But common sense says this is the worst that it should be. And me wanting you to actually learn something, says this is the best it should be. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like this blue behind me, so that might stay if I can keep my kids away from the light. But fat chance, since I have to use this thing instead of the key light thing that I got that my kids already found. So let's continue. Now I have to try to keep my eye on the lens and not the screen. I have to try to keep my eye on the lens and not the screen. But there's like a couple of little pieces of dirt from the previous attempt at this video on the screen, and it's driving me nuts. Now, what just happened, again, keep in mind, this is version 3. I've already wasted so much of my time, and now this grow tent, the main power to the grow tent goes off at 10:30, which means it's now 10:30 at night, and I've wasted all that time. Now you might be wondering why is this still on, and that's because I actually have this powered up to this Anker 737 power bank. If you are interested in this thing is really neat. It has a battery health screen and everything else. It has what temperature the battery is currently at, which is 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 27 degrees Celsius, which is really neat because one, it shows both temperatures simultaneously. I'm sorry, I just realized this might not be as entertaining for you if I don't at least get some kind of light in here. Now let me see if I can. It's a USB light. So all those are being powered by there, and you also can find out how much power you are putting out and the amount of time that you have left to run this, which this currently this setup here with 5 little grow lights and the humidifier is currently burning 4.4 watts, which means because this main USB type A, the power that comes out of here is 5 volts, and starting with normal charging 1 amp, quick charging 2.1 amps, and fast charging like 3.4 amps. Now that means that when you try to calculate wattage, it's volts times amps equals watts. So if this is doing less than 5 watts and the volts coming out of here is 5, that means that all of this is sharing less than 1 watt, which is pretty cool. This battery will actually run this for another 16 hours, this whole setup. Which, you know, obviously I don't do. So, okay, quick explanation on this, hopefully, because it's 8 minutes, and I'm seriously hoping that you've liked and subscribed to the channel, or at least for this series. But going back to this, plants have this whole thing where there is a sun for a certain amount of time, and then the sun goes away. So I set up the grow light main power to do roughly the same thing. You may also notice that the wind kind of dies down more often at night. Well, the fans go off. Basically, all of the power goes off. The only reason why these things are going is because in earlier versions of this video, I was talking about that battery. But the thing is this. I just covered the battery, took a lot less time this time, and that wasn't the main thing. The main thing was about the whole studio thing. See, you've seen this channel. If you've seen my other videos, you know I'm not used to having much of a studio. This is like the best that I've ever had. is this stupid thing, which my wife, first time she looked at it, the only time she's really looked at it, she unzipped it, looked inside, and said, "That's it?" Now, you have to understand here, I honestly thought I was going to be like just in trouble because I had bought this as kind of a fun hobby, and I thought it would be neat to grow like strawberries and stuff in here. If you are a person who does not know this, those of you who do have fruit-bearing trees and plants outside do know this. Like if you're one of those people who maybe have like a grapevine going up a trellis or something by their house or what have you, you know that once that fruit, even if it doesn't hit the ground yet, it will bring things that you don't want near your house. Least of all, like rats and stuff like that, but hornets and everything like that as well. So I've never been a person who wanted to have like fruit-bearing stuff outside. And I thought it would be neat to grow it in here where we don't have those pests. Well, pardon me. That is so crazy because like all of version 2, no coughing. Version 1, a couple coughs. This was my most horrible cough so far. And it's probably because now I'm like an hour in talking, hour and 15 minutes talking without drinking anything. So sorry if I sound a little bit hoarse, a little bit, Anyway, going back to what I was saying, I thought it would be neat to have maybe some raspberry plants in here, some strawberry plants, obviously tomatoes, potatoes. I did not think about the onions. The onions just kind of popped up as an opportunity. I threw in some garlic in here, just some old garlic from the cupboard. I actually had, I think, 2 bulbs of them, and I just took I took most of them and threw them into the individual cloves into the garden just to see what would happen. And then I took 3 of the cloves, one that was like kind of rotted down and soft, one that was kind of half and half, and then one that looked pretty good and looked like it might already be growing. And I put them in here just to see if I can get some stuff moving. I did want to originally just put them in with the onions, but I didn't. Anyway, again, not the topic of this. The topic of this was supposed to be the lighting. I will say this. I also originally was going to make this video because I felt bad because I did these plants. I repotted these, and I didn't bring you or my kids along with me. Now, my kids, I did not fill up all the way up to the top, so my kids are still going to be happy that they get to like kind of top it off and water it, and that's, what have you. I still can't do that with. Sorry. It'd be nice if we could share that time together. But, again, now the power is off. It's getting sweltering in here, which I think is very interesting because the seating heat pads are off now. Now these are only 40 watts. They do get up to like 85 degrees because that's what I have them set at, but it apparently is enough to make it just, plus the humidifier, it's like a tropical rainforest in here. It's getting kind of uncomfortable. So, that's where I'm at with that. You let me know Do you like the full array of lights? Is this good? Or did you like just kind of like the, you know, the dark, captivating? So this is C, B, and then add the other ones for A. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Tell me if you like the blue light. Maybe we could change it to a different color. I haven't really. We can do that in another video where we like try out different colors and go A, B, C, D, whatever. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now with this. It's kind of a little bit of an update now. I'm still waiting for lettuce in this one. I have a tiny little 2-leaf plant coming out of this one. Nothing came out of this, so I tried a couple in a larger container to thin out over time, but this was done last night, and so nothing's really come of it yet. If you watch the time-lapse videos, lettuce grows like crazy, and here it's like meh. So I gotta find out. Maybe they can't be on heat beds. Maybe there's too much moisture. Maybe I need to vent it more so that there's more airflow in it. I don't know. I got to find out what's going on. But I'm planning on doing leeks. I have to order strawberry seeds to come in. I've got mustard greens that I want to try for salads. None of that's really all that important because you can go over and watch Epic Gardening for that kind of stuff. Same thing with the ginger, which is actually where I learned some of what I learned about for ginger, but I didn't remember everything. But I am working on the Raspberry Pi control system and environment data collection system. That I'm hoping to work on. I have worked on it a little bit. Unfortunately, I have it where it's all backwards. I need to work on it where if the plant soil is wet, water it. Whoops. So, and then check it again in a minute or in 1 second. Is it still wet? Water it again. But if it's dry, let it stay dry. That's where I got it kind of mixed up right now. So, all right, that's pretty much it for me, and I'll see you in the next one.